Okay. All right. Learning by giving, sharing students' experience, Kean Foundation, Faculty Research Award 2019 through 2020, Research Days 2020. Go next. So Learning by Giving, it was funded by Kean Faculty Foundation Award 2019 to 2020. The time was between fall 2019 through spring 2020. The goals were to provide experiential philanthropic learning opportunities for students, to examine the effectiveness of experiential philanthropy. Next, the participation in fall 2019. There were 4 courses offered in public administration to 56 students. In spring 2020, there were 4 courses offered in public administration and 2 courses internet marketing with 133 students. There were class activities, to selecting nonprofit organizations to give $500. The pre and post course surveys. Next, the students that participated, men and women, 34.5% and were the women, and 65.5% were male. 18 through 34 years old were 70.7%, and the donation were 46%, and the volunteers were 30%. Go next. The before and after. So the intention to volunteer before it was 83.11 and after was 88.06. The intention to donation was 82.81 and the after was 87.36. And those that I will personally walk, run, or bicycle for a charitable cause. Before was 74.93 and after was 77.36.
The World Travelers Association, or WTA, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization located not too far from Kean University in Roselle Park. Our group, when conducting research for this project, actually had the opportunity to directly contact the founders of WTA through email and a brief in-person interview. It really helped our group gain a better sense of their mission and understand the work that they do. The World Travelers Association mission is traveling for a purpose. By traveling with a purpose, WTA is able to offer a unique vacation experience for like-minded travelers curious to learn more about themselves and the benefit of helping others. Next. Through WTA's adventures, volunteers have the opportunity to engage in community service while traveling. This includes providing resources to schools and neighborhoods, refurbishing buildings, providing food supply to communities by creating gardens. As you can see on the photo on the slide, this shows a beach cleanup that was done in Morocco in 2015. At home in New Jersey, WTA also engages with its own community. In February of this year, they hosted a Brazilian samba night where they celebrated the culture and customs of Brazil while raising funds to support their future adventures. They raise approximately $3,000 to $4,000 every year through their community engagement efforts. Next. At the completion of this project, I had a few takeaways. The organization is not only able to connect volunteers with those in need, but they also provide spiritual, physical, and emotional connections to each participant. They are also a good representation of nonprofit work that can be done in a local community that can also have an everlasting impact in countries across the globe. Next.
Okay, so the Valerie Fund was another organization we spoke about last semester, and my group as well took away the prize that the foundation had to offer to our group. The Valerie Fund is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and just like my classmate before said, this is also located quite near to Kean. It's in Maplewood, New Jersey. That's where the headquarters is, but they're actually located in 7 different centers across New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. The first center actually opened in 1977, and the Valerie Fund is originally named after Valerie, which is a child of Sue and Ed who was diagnosed diagnosed with cancer at a young age. Their mission is to provide individualized care to children at medical centers close to home, because we believe the most effective way to heal the children in our care is to treat them emotionally, socially, developmentally, as well as medically. Next. Sharing experience. So community engagement, I put a picture there representing one of the annual 5K walks and runs that they host in Verona Park. The annual 5K usually raises over about $1 million a year. It's usually in June. This year is actually rescheduled to October. And so that means they're now doing 2 of their annual races in October this year. So they're looking for a little bit more of a income for their fundraising aspect, hopefully. They also have different social engagements like karaoke for the kids. Their goal for 2020 this year is to raise almost $200,000. Since they've been holding this event, for example, they've raised over $1,500,000 for that. And then on the right is a picture of campers. And this, for example, is Camp Happy Times, another event that was socially impacted from this organization. This is for those survivors, those getting treated before and after, and volunteers that come together to be there supporting emotionally and physically for these children. And the Survivor Scholarship I find to be very socially impacted because it gives a chance to fund those going through treatment and giving them hope to then attend school in the near future. You can go next. And then sharing experience. So I just want to wrap it up by some things that I wanted to not only gain from this experience, but also give away too, since this organization personally touches home. So one, nonprofits demonstrate a sense of a strong community. We have said before from the 2 organizations we've talked about, you can come together and really engage in different volunteer experiences, which also you could see in number 4, volunteer experience is a huge thing. How nonprofits can bring together a community who can relate. So if you or your friend, everyone knows, unfortunately, that cancer is a huge thing going on. So I'm sure you can find someone who can relate and join this organization to then engage too. So hopefully make word across. And then how can we help and engage? So just gave myself and other classmates another understanding of how nonprofits can differ, and there's always different experiences and events out there that we can somehow find ourselves enjoying to do. So this concludes our presentation, and we really hope you've learned a little part of what we have done, and overall, this is a great experience.